Hey guys, what's up? We got the last two new Unchained cards revealed in Revolution Booster, so let's talk about them. Honestly, these cards are pretty good, but a part of me can't help but feel like Unchained got the short end of the stick here. Now, if you're playing an Unchained deck, you're definitely going to run these cards because Unchained as an archetype is better with these cards than without them. However, at the same time, these cards feel really underpowered, and I feel like Konami should have made them better if they're going to release them in the modern game environment. We'll talk about the cards very quickly, and I'll show you guys a couple of combos, and I think eventually you guys will start to understand what I mean. Now, I don't remember exactly what I said in my first Unchained video. I think I said the cards had potential, but they feel very underpowered. When I read the cards, I thought they were strong, but they felt a lot weaker than the Witchcrafter and Toon support. I think that's what I said, but I really don't remember. It's pretty funny because I saw a bunch of other reviews on Unchained cards, and pretty much everyone else who read the cards said they were going to be tier 1 for sure. Now, I definitely could be wrong when I said these cards felt underpowered, but when I read these cards, I really don't see a tier 1 deck. Like, Shara is a really mediocre turn 0 play. The card is fine, but at the same time, 1 pop is not that great for that many resources. Shima's also fine. This card is basically an upscale tour guide, but it's only slightly better than that card. Unchained has been using tour guide for a really long time, so getting a slightly better tour guide really isn't that great. Neither of the link monsters feel that broken either. I think both of them are just fine. My favorite card is actually Syncretism. I like that card a lot. So I'm honestly pretty surprised a lot of people said this deck is going to be tier 1 because I really don't think they are. I would honestly even go as far to say these cards are a bit too weak. They should have been stronger. However, we're going to talk about the cards really quickly and I'll show you guys a couple of combos after. So the new main deck monster is kind of like an upscale Ruha. Basically, instead of destroying only one card, you can destroy up to 3, which is pretty nice. The second effect of this card is also pretty good because it works really well with Shara. Basically, Shara will summon this card from your hand, destroy this card, and then you get a Dark Hole. That's honestly not too bad, but you're probably not playing more than one copy of this card anyways. The spell card Reincarnation of the Unchained is honestly pretty good too because this card is basically a Rota for Abomination's Prison. This is honestly pretty good because Prison was never an Unchained card to begin with, so you could never search the card. The second effect to shuffle 3 Unchained cards from your grave back into your deck is pretty good, but I really wish it'll let you draw a card. Destroying cards you control is definitely really good in Unchained, but at the same time I'd prefer a draw, but honestly not that big of a deal. Now for me, my biggest disappointment about this wave of support is that the only card that will let you set a card is Sharvara. Why is there not another card in this archetype that will let you set a card from your deck? If Reincarnation just let you set to the field, it would have been really nice to play around Droll and Lockbird. If the card did let you set, then you could activate Abomination's Prison to get a search for Shima, and then you get full combo. But unfortunately, because this card does add to your hand, your opponent can activate Droll and Lockbird. So even though I'm pretty disappointed with these new cards, they're not terrible. They have a lot better combos under Fuwalos now, which is pretty good. They also get a slightly better turn 0 combo. I'll show you guys right now. So this is going to be the turn 0 combo with Chimera. All you need in your hand is going to be Shara and Chimera. You're going to activate the effect of Shara on your opponent's turn and discard this card from your hand. Now you get to summon one fiend monster from your hand and then you destroy a card you control. So now you're going to summon Chimera here and then you're going to destroy this card. Now the effect of Chimera will activate here because this card was destroyed by a card effect. You get to destroy all monsters on the field. So you get a turn 0 Dark Hole that's honestly not too bad. On top of that, when Chimera destroys a card, then you get to activate the effect of Shara in your grave. When another card is destroyed by battle or by card effect while this card is in the grave, you get to summon this card from the grave or add this card to your hand. So we're just going to add this card back to our hand. So honestly, this is not too bad, but I wouldn't say it's really that great either. The main problem with the Chimera combo is that you have to open this card specifically. When you used to use Abominable in the combo with Shara, you could open any other Unchained name. I'll show you guys a really quick visual example of the original turn 0 combo. If you open Shara with another card like a Ruha or Rakea, then that was a full combo play turn 0 because all you'd have to do is summon that monster, destroy it, and then you get to summon Abominable. Then the effect of Abominable would activate, you discard a card and destroy a card. Then when Abominable destroys a card, then you get to add Shara back to your hand. This will not work with Chimera because you have to open that card specifically. The problem with that combo though is that you don't even want to play that many Chimera to begin with. You probably only want to play one of that card in your main deck, which is why I really don't value any turn 0 Unchained play. This is what I meant when I said the Unchained support feels really underpowered. I honestly don't know why they gave them such a bad turn 0 play. Even Melfi got a better turn 0 play when they got their support in Chaos Origins. I honestly have no idea what Konami was thinking making a really bad turn 0 play. Now it's honestly not all bad. A card like Chimera is pretty decent if your Shima gets hit by a hand trap. I'll show you guys that right now. For example, if you summon Shima and activate effect and you get hit by Veiler or Imperm, you can actually still extend here. You activate the effect of Chimera in your hand and you destroy your Shima and then you get to summon this card. Now you also get a free draw here, so we're just going to pretend this Fuwalos was my draw. Now because Shima was destroyed by a card effect, now you get to summon one Unchained monster from your deck. Now you're going to summon Sharvara here. Now this is what I meant when I said Unchained are basically in cards that they already have except slightly better. They do almost the exact same thing except Chimera gets you a draw. Now I do want to show you guys a couple of anti-Fuwalos combos because I think the one thing that Unchained has now is good Fuwalos combos. A lot of their new cards really do help them beat this card. I have quite a lot of different anti-Fuwalos combos, but I'll show you guys the ones I think are most important. Now for this combo, you want a Sarama, Rakea, or a Ruha. You also need Chimera in your hand. So you just normal summon whichever one of the cards that you have, and then you activate the effect of Chimera. You destroy that card, then you get to summon this card, and you get to draw one card. Now we're just gonna pretend this Ash Blossom I drew is a filler card. Now the effect of Sarama will activate here, and now because this card was destroyed by a card effect, you get to summon one Unchained monster from your deck. Now your opponent's gonna chain Fuwalos here, and now every time you summon from the deck or extra deck, they get to draw one card. So now you're gonna summon Sharvara from your deck, and now your opponent will get one draw. Now you're gonna take your Chimera, and you're gonna take your Sharvara to link summon into Unchained Soul of Rage. Now your opponent will get another draw here, so they have two. Now the effect of Sharvara will activate here, because this card was sent to the grave. Now you get to set Syncretism from your deck. Now whenever your opponent summons a monster you want to get rid of, you're gonna activate the effect of your Soul of Rage. You're gonna take this card and their monster to link summon into Abominable. So now when your opponent was summoned another monster you want to get rid of, you're gonna activate your face down Syncretism. Now you get to take your Abominable and their card. Now you get to link summon again. Now you get to link summon one link 4 Fiend monster here, so I'll show you guys a couple different examples. Now you can summon Lord Yama, which is one of the new monsters here, but that guy really doesn't do anything in this situation. But the main reason why you want to summon him is because now you get to activate the effect of Abominable in your grave. When your opponent would activate a monster effect on the field, now you get to banish this card from the grave to destroy that monster. Now here's the really important thing, I would not summon Link 4 Yama here, I would summon Abomination. The reason why is because Abomination works really well with Abominable. Abomination is also another Link 4 Unchained monster. Now Abominable will trigger the effect of Abomination and you get to destroy one more card. Now you don't have to summon an Unchained Link 4 here, you can just summon Bow instead if you want. Now Abomination will get you more interruptions on the opponent's turn, but I really do like summoning Bow here. Bow will honestly give you a really nice grind game here because it guarantees that you'll always be able to summon this card back to the field every turn. On top of that, you can keep discarding cards to summon back your monsters. So you're going to activate this effect and discard whatever card you drew. Now off the effect of Bow, you're going to summon back your Abominable. Now you also could have destroyed one card off the effect of Bow, but in my opinion, I like to banish it instead. The reason why is because it makes it harder for your opponent to interact with. Now when your opponent would special summon a monster, you get to activate the effect of Abominable. You get to destroy that monster and this card. So this is honestly a pretty good anti-Fuwalos combo. Now you did have to use 2 cards in your hand, but Chimera gives you a draw. So it's kind of like a really weird 1-card combo, even though it isn't, but you still have 4 cards in your hand. I think it's okay. Now this is honestly not too bad because you only gave your opponent 2 draws off Fuwalos, but you get a lot of interruption here. The Abomination line is definitely the best one because you get up to 5 interruptions there. You get to take 2 monsters they control off Syncretism and Soul of Rage. Then you would also get a pop off the effect of Abominable in your grave. Then you get a pop off Abomination, and then you get another pop during the end phase off the effect Abomination again. That's honestly not too bad because we played around Fuwalos here. I'm honestly pretty happy with this. So I think that's all I wanted to show you guys. I did want to have this video up a bit earlier, but I was pretty busy today, so it's gonna have to be now. So I want to wrap up this video here. I'm gonna show you guys a deck list and a deck core, and that's pretty much it. Now for the deck core, I think a lot of the things are very obvious. You want to play 3 copies of the new spell card because it's basically a Rhoda for Abomination's Prison. That card's really important because it's also a Rhoda, but man, do I hate Rhoda for Rhoda. I hate Rhoda for Rhoda because it plays so hard into Drool and Lockbird. Another thing is I'm only playing 1 copy of Shara, 1 copy of Chimera, and 1 copy of Abominable. I also really want to cut Abominable because the card is just a really bad brick. I also think 1 copy of Chimera and Shara are fine. I also really do hate playing a lot of engine here. As you guys know, I like to play like 20 non-engine. The worst hands in Yu-Gi-Oh! Are when you open too much engine when you have to go second, and it's really bad. So I'm probably cutting Abominable to make more space here. Maybe you can even cut Rakea too. I'm honestly not sure. I haven't tested that much with this deck. The only card I would probably want to play more of is Syncretism. That card is honestly really good and probably one of the best cards in this wave of support. Now here's a full deck list, and I must say one of the most sad things about this deck is that you can't run Dominus Spark or Dominus Impulse. Spark and Impulse are some of the best hand traps in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! In my opinion. Those 2 cards are honestly amazing and really broken, and if you're playing a dark deck and you can't run them, it's honestly pretty sad. Every dark deck I play, I always try to play Spark and Impulse. Spark is honestly so broken it can win you games by itself. The card is honestly just that strong. Anyways, that's it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have a good one, and I'll see you guys for the next video. Take care, guys.